Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're talking about something super interesting,
Huh.
how our brains learn language.
Really fascinating stuff.
It is, especially for you English learners out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This one's going to be really insightful. We're looking at a text called How Your Brain Learns Language.
Okay.
And we're going to try to pull out some key insights that can help you on your journey.
To fluency. It's amazing to think that for so long, people
Yeah.
didn't even realize there were specific parts of the brain that were just for language.
It's true. It seems obvious now.
It does.
But back then it was revolutionary
It really was.
to find out that our brains have like these dedicated areas for processing words and grammar,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Even producing speech.
It's incredible.
It really is mind-blowing.
Two of the most important areas
Yeah.
for this brain-language connection are Broca's area and Wernicke's area.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
Have you?
Yeah, those names ring a bell.
Okay, great.
Like from a psych class I took years ago.
Yep.
Remind me what those are all about.
So imagine you're trying to tell a friend about this crazy dream you had.
Uh-huh.
Broca's area is what helps you form the words and put them into sentences.
Right.
And actually, speak them out loud.
So Broca's area is like the speech production center.
Exactly.
Okay, so Broca's is the talker.
Yeah.
What about Wernicke's?
Wernicke's is the listener.
Oh,
It helps you understand what your friend is saying back to you about the dream.
okay.
It decodes the sounds and makes sense of the words.
Gotcha.
It lets you understand the meaning.
So it's like there's a conversation happening inside your brain.
Yeah.
Broca's is talking, or Wernicke's is listening.
That's a great way to put it. And
Yeah.
there are actual cases that perfectly illustrate this.
Yeah.
Think about people who have had strokes that affect these areas.
Right.
Someone with damage to Broca's area might understand everything you're saying to them, but they would really struggle to form their own words or to speak fluently.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And it really highlights how important both areas are for communication.
Yeah, it really does.
Here's where it gets even more fascinating.
Yeah,
Our brains are not fixed.
like static.
No, they're constantly changing, adapting, and rewiring themselves.
Yeah,
It's called neuroplasticity.
neuroplasticity.
Yes,
So is that how we learn new languages?
that's exactly it.
Wow.
Every time you learn a new English word, you're creating new connections in your brain. You're strengthening pathways and essentially rewiring your brain for that language.
So our brains are like these supercomputers
They are.
that can just reprogram themselves.
It's incredible.
That's amazing. But I've always heard it's easier for kids to learn languages than adults.
Is that right?
Yeah, is there any truth to that?
Well, yeah, there is some truth to that.
Okay.
Young brains are incredibly plastic, like super sponges.
Yeah.
Soaking everything up.
Just absorbing it all.
But here's the thing. Adults might learn differently,
Okay.
but they can still learn effectively.
Okay.
Think about it. You have life experience and problem-solving skills, and maybe even knowledge from your native language that can actually give you an advantage.
That's true. I hadn't thought of it like that.
Yeah.
What about immersion? Being surrounded by the language you're trying to learn.
Right.
Does that actually help?
Immersion is like a fast track to fluency.
Interesting.
Imagine being thrown into a pool.
Okay.
You'd figure out how to swim pretty quickly.
Don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Immersion works the same way for your brain.
Uh,
The constant exposure forces you to adapt and pick up patterns
yeah.
and learn naturally.
So like I'm swimming in a pool full of English words
Exactly.
and I just absorb them by being there.
Yeah, just soaking it all up.
Okay. I like that.
But is it enough to just hear the language passively?
That's a good question.
You have to actively learn.
Right.
It's the difference between floating in the pool and actually doing laps.
That's a good analogy.
Right. The more you actively engage with English,
Yeah.
the stronger those neural connections become.
So it's like working out a muscle. The more you use it,
Yeah.
the stronger it gets.
Precisely.
Uh.
So what's the big takeaway here?
Yeah. What should English learners keep in mind?
The biggest takeaway is this. Your brain is an amazing language learning machine.
Awesome.
Whether you started young or later in life,
Right.
your brain is constantly adapting
Yeah.
and building new pathways as you learn.
That's so cool.
It is.
So don't get discouraged if it feels like it's taking time.
Yeah, you're literally rewiring your brain.
It's a process.
And one final thought.
Okay.
Since everyone's brain is unique,
Yeah.
experiment with different learning techniques.
Okay.
See what clicks for you.
That makes sense.
Some people like structured grammar lessons, while others learn best through conversation and immersion.
So just find what works for you.
Exactly.
That's so interesting. I never thought about it that way before.
It's pretty cool stuff.
The journey to fluency really is a personal one.
It is.
And understanding how your brain learns is really helpful. So keep experimenting, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep having fun with it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.